Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin this video by asking you guys a very simple question. And if you know you are coming from the mountain, please, I'd be interested in reading your answer. Between Rigathi Gachagua, the former deputy president, and Professor Kithure Kindiki, the current president, who do you think will prevail in Mount Kenya in 2027? I'm asking that question because you all know that 2027 presidential elections in the Republic of Kenya is definitely going to be determined this year. And one of the regions which will shape the outcome of 2027 election is the mountain. So between Kindiki and Rigathi, who do you think will carry the day? Because you all know that William Ruto is working on a strategy of stopping Rigathi Gachagua at all cost. And you also know that Rigathi Gachagua has moved ahead and consolidated the mountain. And William Ruto is banking on one man, Professor Kithure Kindiki, to deal with Rigathi Gachagua. Will he succeed? Because over the weekend, Professor Kithure Kindiki made some statement, which I think we should be analyzing today. According to Kindiki, he is going to teach Rigathi Gachagua serious political lessons in 2027. If you ask me, that's not going to happen. It is Rigathi Gachagua who is going to teach Kindiki serious political lessons in 2027.
Number 2, watu wetu tuachane na siasa ya kupigia viongozi makelele. That is wrong, brothers and sisters. It is not right. If you are unhappy with a leader, there is a way of dealing with that leader. That is the Kenya. That's how you build a civilized society. That is how you build a modern country. We cannot be a country where leaders are scheming against each other and paying young people money to make noise at other people. Na mimi nimeomba hao viongozi ambao tuko nao katika hii mambo ya siasa. Mimi kusiwahi kiongozi wa kunisaidia kupangia vile kiongozi fulani atapigiwa kelele. I will not be part of that. I will actually denounce those plans. It is not necessary. Hiyo kazi nyingine ya kushindana kwa siasa, ule anataka kushindana na sisi angojee hapo mbele. Ataona kilichomtoa kanga manyoya. Tawamalizia asubuhi na mapema. Asubuhi na mapema. Yeah, lakini saa hii tuko kazi.
Of course, Kindiki is accusing Rigathi Gachagua of inciting the mountain. The truth of the matter is that Rigathi Gachagua is a student of Moi, Uhuru, and Ruto. And in Mount Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua is actually following the exact script, which William Ruto used against Uhuru Kenyatta in the mountain. And is using it effectively because he was part and parcel of it. And that's why Kindiki is accusing him of inciting the mountain. The truth is, even William Ruto succeeded in the mountain by inciting the residents. Listening to Rigathi Gachagua and tell me if this is incitement.
Sisi tunauliza president, tafadhali. Hao watu ya area hii walikuchagua kwa upendo mwingi sana. Kama wanakukataa, ujaribu kujua ni kwa nini. Lakini usirudie ile moja alifanya. It took the late John Mechoke 4 years to deal with that criminal gang. Years later, history is repeating itself. Government has been managing the economy. It has become unpopular. People have started saying no. The same gang leader ametafutwa na serikali na ameletwa hapa to force the people of this region to accept the president and his deputy. Wamekuja hapa 31st. Huyo kiongozi ametangaza mchana that amepewa kazi na serikali ya kuzunguka katika mlima Kenya to force the people to accept the president and his deputy and to escort the leaders ambayo wamekataliwa na watu wakuje mashinani. When they left Kabiroini, wakapita hapa town, wakapora watu. Wasichana wa mama walikuwa na earrings zikachukuliwa, wale walikuwa na necklace zikachukuliwa, watu walikuwa na saa wakanyang'anywa, magari ikatolewa side mirror. Watu wakienda polisi wanasema sisi hatuna kitu tunaweza fanya, tumeambiwa na deputy president au watu wanafanya kazi ya serikali, tunafanya kazi na hawa. Jana walikuwa pahali naitwa Jombe, pahali ya dowry, wanaenda kudemand 10% ya dowry ibelipwa. Pale Banana wameingia kwa stage, wameanza kuuliza pesa. Sisi tunauliza president, tafadhali, hao watu ya area hii walikuchagua kwa upendo mwingi sana. Kama wanakukataa, ujaribu kujua ni kwa nini, lakini usirudie ile moja alifanya.
So in this video, I want us to do that critical analysis, because for me, I strongly believe that there is no way Kindiki is going to teach Rigathi Gachagua political lessons in the mountain. It is going to be the other way around. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. Let me ask you this question. Can Professor Kithure Kindiki teach Rigathi political lessons as far as Mount Kenya politics is concerned? I don't think. Because Rigathi is a former DO, an administrator. Those people are lethal. Rigathi worked with Uhuru Kenyatta. Remember how Uhuru Kenyatta managed to win the support of the mountain almost to a man. So he knows and understands the strategy which Uhuru Kenyatta used. Rigathi Gachagua worked with William Ruto. And indeed, they pushed Uhuru Kenyatta out of the mountain. So for Kindiki to succeed, he must come up with, I don't know which strategy, but I don't think that strategy is going to work. Because initially, Kindiki was very strategic on his approach on dealing with Rigathi. He ensured that when Rigathi was under attacks, he never attacked him, just like Ndindi Nyoro.
I want to persuade you to allow me not to discuss my brother, the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, because he's my friend. And you've not heard me bad-mouthing him anywhere before, when he was in this office or even after he left office. So please spare me, because it is not right. It is wrong to start comparing myself with the predecessor or someone who occupied this office now, or in the past, or a person who would occupy it.
But for me, I don't see how Kindiki is going to teach Rigathi political lessons in 2027. I'm saying this because, number one, the ground in Mount Kenya has already shifted. And it has shifted or tilted in favor of Rigathi Gachagua. And it has happened so because Rigathi Gachagua worked very closely with Ruto. He knows William Ruto's game plan. His messaging to the mountain is resonating so well with the ordinary people there. So far, Rigathi Gachagua has succeeded in convincing the mountain that his problem with William Ruto is actually a communal problem. So that if anything were to happen to Rigathi Gachagua today, it's not going to happen to Rigathi Gachagua as an individual. It's going to be interpreted to mean that is being targeted. The community, the Kikuyu community of the mountain is being targeted. He has successfully managed to do that because his messaging is resonating. William Ruto committed a mistake of removing Rigathi Gachagua before setting up certain things in the mountain. So there is no way, in my view, that narrative is going to change. The ground has shifted. It's not going to change anytime soon, because Rigathi Gachagua is also willing to sustain that narrative moving forward. So that's number one. Number two, there is also William Ruto's approach on how he's dealing with Mount Kenya. And that approach is not going to work for William Ruto. And because Kindiki is the face of William Ruto in the mountain, Kindiki is going to be a collateral damage, politically speaking, in the mountain. William Ruto is trying to apply force using the police. Uhuru tried that. He failed. I doubt if Ruto is going to succeed by using the police. You see those arrests of people, Billy Mwangi, those abductions, they are really inciting Kenyans against the government. Now, you use the police, then you come and try to revive, if what Rigathi said is true, Mungiki. The people of the mountain had moved away from, the people of the mountain had actually moved away from Mungiki. Then they have the feeling that Mungiki is being revived for politics. They're not going to allow that to happen. They're not going to allow that to happen. And of course, Ruto is also trying to use the divide and rule. Divide Mount Kenya east from west. Kindiki versus Rigathi. That's also going to backfire, because the mountain believes that for them to succeed politically, they must be united. So William Ruto's approach on how he's dealing with the mountain is actually working in favor of Rigathi Gachagua, which means there is no way Professor Kithure Kindiki is going to succeed in Mount Kenya. So that's number two. Number three, there is also the fear amongst Mount Kenya, or let me call them the Kikuyu nation, that their attempts to revive the 41 versus 1, that narrative. And because of that, the mountain feels that they are being targeted. They feel that they are threatened. And therefore, they are going to unite. The mountain is going to unite just to protect themselves against that narrative. Again, it boils back to what I began with, William Ruto's approach to the mountain. You know why that's happening? The mountain voted for William Ruto to the last man. Today, in the Republic of Kenya, they are the loudest when it comes to complaints against Kenya Kwanza government. The rest are comfortable. ODM are saying, we didn't vote for this guy, but we must enjoy the fruits. So they start a feeling of, we are being pushed away. And that is what is going to help Rigathi consolidate the mountain. And therefore, Kindiki is not going to succeed. Number four, there's also the Raila phobia. Most people underrate that Raila phobia, but it's real in the mountain. There are people in the mountain today who are born and they were told when they were young that Raila Odinga is a devil, including in the last election. Then they go ahead and vote against Raila because Uhuru had invited him to the government. Then the next thing you do is to bring Raila back to government, and not just bring him back, make him a very powerful individual within the government. That alone is something which the mountain is united. They don't want anything to do with that. They view the fact that Ruto is working with Raila as an act of betrayal. And that's why it's going to be very difficult for Kindiki to go to the mountain and convince them that, Rigathi was bad, Raila is good. Or Uhuru was bad, Raila is good. In fact, that can explain why William Ruto has tried so hard to bring on board Uhuru Kenyatta to his side. So that those who are not happy with Raila, they will be told, but even Uhuru is with Ruto. And lastly, the rage against William Ruto's government is currently the Republic of Kenya at its peak. The only prayer they should make is that Kenyans will start dropping that rage a bit. But Kenyans are very angry today in this country. In fact, if you want to be safe in this country called Kenya today, ensure you don't step on anyone's shoe when you are walking or when you are queuing. Kenyans are very angry. So the fact that Kenyans are angry against Ruto and Kindiki is not the face of Ruto, it means it's not going to succeed. So at the end of the day, the person who is going to be taught political lessons, in my view, is not Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua is going to teach Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki serious political lessons in 2027. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.